Hey guys, my name's Dasha. Today we'll be learning about dividing fractions. If this is your first video on fraction division, check out multiplication and division of fractions. We'll cover both decimal and regular fractions, so it might be a bit mixed. Let's start with decimal fractions. First, we'll practice using the column method. I have a rule to simplify. If I see minus times minus equals plus, I try to remove these minuses right at the start. But if I see minus times plus, it's obviously minus. So I write it down and divide without the minus in the column. Let's write it down. We're dividing by 12. Okay, well first, we can't divide evenly by 12. But 36 divides by 12, 10, 36. This divides evenly by 12. Just put 0, then 3, because 3 times 12 multiplied by 3 is 36, and the remainder is 0. But we need to move this comma, because 3 divides evenly into 12, so we put 0. Since this is negative and positive, when we divide negative by positive, we get negative, that's minus 0.3. Just wanted to remind you how to divide in columns, but we won't use it in the following examples. In all other problems, we'll try to do it as if it's a regular fraction, converting whole numbers and decimals to ordinary fractions. So let's say in the second example we have negative here, positive there. What do we get? We'll get a negative result. Yes, that's the answer. But let's first write the whole number in its regular form as a regular fraction. Negative 8/15 divided by 4/1. This is a regular fraction. It's much simpler now. We immediately put the minus sign. We move it out because it's much easier for us. Yes. We draw a long fraction line. And here we get 8. How do we multiply, right? Our 1 goes to the numerator, 15 stays here, so the first fraction remains the same, and the second fraction flips and 4 goes to the denominator. Let's simplify here. 1, 2, right? And in the end, we get minus 2/15. Yes, 2 times 1, 2, 15 times 1, 15, minus 2/15. Let's convert this decimal fraction and whole number to a regular fraction form as well. Negative 35/100 divided by 6/1. All right, let's do it like this. Here we can simplify it a bit right away. Yes, we can divide by 5. Let's say here we'll have 7, right? And here we'll have 20. So we get minus 7/20 divided by 6/1. Okay, let's take a look. First we take out the minus sign, right? We immediately take it out and then work with the long fraction. We multiply 7 by 1 because we're taking it from the denominator, which flips, right, this fraction. And here 20 doesn't flip. We multiply by 6, which was in the numerator but is now in the denominator. We get minus 7, and here it's 120. We leave the answer as is, minus 7 120ths. Next example, let's convert minus 5, a whole number that's also negative, to a regular fraction. 9/11 divided by minus 5/1. All right. We take out the minus sign because minus times plus gives minus. 9 and 11 are here, and here we flip. 5 goes here, 1 goes here, good. Minus 9, yes, because 9 times 1 is 9, and 11 times 5 is 55. Minus 9/55. For instance, this exercise can be solved both vertically and just as if creating a Well, ordinary fractions. Let's solve this in columns, then we'll double check and solve it both ways. 4.8 divided by 0.8. Actually, it's quite simple here. We can multiply both by 10, so we get this decimal point. It goes here, right? We get simply 48. And here, instead of 0.8, we get 8. So it also moves to the right. And 48 divided by 8, how much will it be? 6, right? So 48, 6. And we already know that we'll have minus 6 here. Now let's check by setting it up as a regular fraction. 4 and 8 tenths. We'll do it step by step so we don't miss anything. Divided by 0 and 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Good. But oh, I lost the minus sign here. Like this. Like this. Okay, now let's simplify this to just numerator and denominator without any whole numbers. Here's how we can do it. Multiply 4 by 10. Yes, that's 40. We get 48. And here by 10. We decided not to simplify anything yet. That's also an option. We divide by minus 8 tenths. Now we have, let's take out the minus. We've done the first step, right? Long fraction bar. Here we write 48, 10, here 10, and here 8. Ten cancels out for us. Excellent. And the same thing, 48 divided by 8 equals 6, right? But in this case, we have minus 6 because we always keep this sign. Minus 6 is the answer. And in this example, which one is it already? The sixth example. We'll go the same way, but we'll simplify at this step because actually I knew that here it would be 48 divided by 8, which will be simple. But the sooner you simplify, the better. So we get 3 and 5 tenths divided by minus 3 and 8 tenths. Okay, let's simplify here. Yes, we get 1/2. We divide by 5. Yes, both numerator and denominator. And here we divide by 2. It comes out to 5, and here it's 4. All right, what do we get? Let me write it out in detail. We divide 3 minus 4/5. Now we must enter a whole number in the numerator. So we get rid of the whole number. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1/7. Good. And here's the negative. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 4/19. 19/5. Okay, how much does this come to? Now let's write out this long fraction line. 7/2. We just copy it here and multiply. We flip the fraction because when dividing, we flip the fraction. We get 5 and 19. In the end, we get minus 35. And how much will it be here? 38 minus 35, 38. We have a whole number here. Yes, and we have a minus. But first, we'll write everything correctly. That is, without this minus at the beginning. 2/9 divided by minus 5/1. All right, now we write this minus at the beginning. A fraction line, 2/9 here, and flip the fraction. 1/5. We get minus 2. How much? 45. Minus 2/45. Next division. Here, minus times minus gives plus. We'll try to get rid of it quickly, but first we need to convert the whole part to a fraction. 12 and 25 divided by 6, like this. First. Good. Now we can get rid of the minuses. And we write 12/25, flip the fraction 6 first, we get 1/6, right? Let's simplify it like this, okay? Let's divide by 6. We get 1 here, 2 here, right? We get 2/25. Okay, that's the answer, 2/25. If we multiply the numerator and denominator by 4, what do we get? 8, right? And here it's 100. What does this mean? 0.08, yes, 800ths. Here, minus times minus gives plus. So we can immediately cross out this long fraction. We multiply 3/4, flip these fractions, 8/7. Let's simplify it right away. 4, 8, and here we get 2, 1. We get 3 times 2, 6. And here it's 7, 6/7. Excellent. Let's move on to the next example. I got a bit lost here. So here we get a negative answer, yes. But first, we'll convert the whole number to a proper fraction. Minus 7/15 divided by 2/1. We immediately factor out the negative sign, yes, minus 7/15, 7/15. That was my 5. Multiply, multiply. Flip the fraction 1, 2. It comes out to minus 7/30. Minus 7/30, yes. 15 times 2 is 30. In the last exercise, we need to convert this whole number to a regular fraction and also put this whole number in the numerator. So let's do it. Minus, well, this will be negative, of course. Minus 10 first, a negative answer. And here, let's get rid of the whole number. 2 times 5 is how much? It'll be 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 and 5 in the denominator. So we draw a long fraction line. We put the minus sign. 10, 1, here's 5, and here's 13. Yes, because we flip this fraction. It comes out to minus 50/13. How much will this be? How many times is 13 contained in 50? First, it's minus 3 times. 3 times 13, how much is that? 39. So we need to subtract 39 from 50. How much will that be? 11. The final answer, minus 3 and 11/13. Best of luck on your tests. Also, don't forget to like this video and